Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare It could have been better. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. वो वाला शायद चार्ज नहीं। अभी बता देना मेरे को 1 मिनट में लगा। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनी इति नामिनी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणी वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we have a wonderful topic to discuss. But before that, I would like to hear from you. What we discussed last time? Anybody would like to volunteer? We discussed about what are the things we discussed last time? Anybody would like to volunteer? Yes. Do we need guide? Who is a Pandita? Who is a Pandita? Who is a knowledgeable person? Yes, like we talked about that a Pandita is a person. First we quoted from Chanakya, that how he sees every other woman as a mother, how he sees every whatever is there is something related to the Lord. He sees everything else which is really not connected to the Lord. It's just like pebbles. And we talked about from Bhagavad Gita. A Pandita means the Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. He sees through the Vidya, and Vidya should lead to Vinaya, and Vinaya, through that humility heart, he sees the Lord in everybody's heart. He sees everybody is connected to the Lord. That's we quoted from 5th chapter. And then it talked about how to really acquire the knowledge through experimental knowledge. Experimental knowledge or the hypothetical knowledge or through some guesswork. There are some limitations to it. We heard it. And then we talked about we should learn from the Sabda Praman, by hearing from the authorities, by hearing from the Shastras. Then we talked about what is the authenticity of the Shastras like Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita and so on. Then we talked about how we should learn from Guru, Sadhu and Shastra. Just like we go to the college, we learn from the teacher and we have a peers or seniors through which we learn. Similarly, once we talk about the spirituality also, we come under a teacher and we talked about who is a teacher. Teacher or a spiritual master or guru means he is a cool. Cool means what? Cool. He understands the conclusion of the scriptures and he obeys the scriptures and he occupies himself all the time in practicing the scriptures. And not only that, he liberates his followers also by giving him the teachings of the scriptures. And then we talked about who is a sadhu. Sadhu means he is that some with a long beard or with some tika. Right? What is the quality of a sadhu? Just like we know a soldier, the authenticity or the quality of a soldier with the different stars, 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, like in the police or in the Bir Chakra, Parambir Chakra, and so on. Similarly, sadhu means he should have what are the medals he should have? He should have the qualities. Titiksava karunika suruda sarva devina ajata satrava santa sadhava sadhu bhushana. This is the bhushana, this is the characteristics, these are the ornaments of a sadhu. What are the ornaments? Titiksava, he is very tolerant. Karunika, he is very merciful. Titiksava, Karunika, Suhruda Santa, like he is a well wisher to everybody. He is always peaceful. He is equanimous and all the time. And he doesn't have enemy. He is friend to everybody. Uh, he is a true sadhu. He is always thinking, how to bring the welfare of all the living entities. And then Shastra we talked about. There are different Shastras are there, but the topmost Shastra is really Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam because it's called Sarva Upanishada Gavo. Like out of all the Vedas and Upanishads, the essence of all is really the Bhagavad Gita, and through which Lord Krishna has really, as a cowherd boy, milked the essence of all the scriptures and gave it to the Vatsa, who is Arjuna, who is a calf, and not only that, calf at enough, whatever is required during that point of time. And then he gave it to all the others for generations to come. And that's what we are taking. And this lessons of Bhagavad Gita, and which is really so universal, so practical, so eternal, so vital that we can, all of us can really apply them in our own life. And then we talked about Guru Sadhu Shastra, but then how do we really, is there somebody that we can relate to? And then we talked about how Srila Prabhupada, that how he has lived his life in a so exemplary way, so that we can really learn so many things from his life itself. And then he taught so many beautiful principles, that how he transformed even the hippies to happies, even the completely dejected, depressed, isolated people, he made them top class Vaishnavas, right? It is possible, right? It is possible to transform. So the true meaning of the knowledge is that it should transform the character. It should transform the heart from the selfish to the selfless, from the greed to generosity, from the hatred to the love. That is the quality of the knowledge. The knowledge should really ring out in our heart. Any questions or comments from the last session? Anybody would like to have? Okay, all clear? Okay, very good. So now, today, as I said, it is one of the very, very, very practical session that we all of us can relate to. Very interesting. It's a session. So we'll start with a very beautiful story, and some of you might have heard it also. How many of you have heard this story, Capsular and Monkey story? Yes. Most of the times we hear the stories from Panchatantra, and so many others. But there are so many valuable lessons that we can really learn. So now, we'll give a little bit of more deeper into this pastime, and we'll learn, so much deep learning from this story. What is the story? So in this story, there were three brothers. How many brothers were there? Three brothers. One was known as Tamas, another one was a Rajas, another was a Satya. Sattva. This Tamas, what he did, whole of their generations, they only sell caps. And he also took a basket of cap, and he was going to the nearby market to sell it. And then on the way, he found a very beautiful tree, with so much beautiful branches. Then he saw that, oh, it's so hot, let me take rest for some time, and then I'll go to the market. And then as soon as he took rest, then he started, drowsing, and then he kind of slept for a while, and then once he woke up, and he realized that none of the caps were there. And he saw the side, left, right, up and down, and finally he saw that there are so many monkeys on the tree, they were wearing the caps. And then this Thomas started getting angry, abusing, crying, and falling flat. What should I do? Oh, my life is gone. My life is good for nothing, And he started abusing himself. Right? And then finally he said, okay, I think the only place that I need to go is really go to the nearest bar and just intoxicate myself. And then after some point of time, his elder brother came, who was known as Rajas. Rajas came forward with the same basket of cap, and he also felt that, oh, it's a beautiful place, let me take some rest. And as soon as he took rest, right, all the monkeys came and took all the caps. And then after a while he got up and he realized that all the caps gone. Then what he started doing? He started also going up and down, started trying to throw, and started trying to attack the monkeys. But the monkeys were also became more ferocious, right? And then he also completely dejected. He was thinking that what should I really do now, right? All my caps are gone, and now he was thinking that okay, no, next time I will come and I will come with a stick and I will beat all the monkeys. And he was making all the plans, but now he could do nothing. And then he went back and really started chastising himself and also his family members and so on. And then finally, their eldest brother, Sattva, came and he saw that he also took some rest. And as soon as he took rest, all the monkeys took. And then as soon as, he woke up and he realized that all the monkeys, they have taken it. And he started thinking, what should we do right now? Right? And then he saw that, oh, monkeys are good for imitating. So he also took out the cap and he threw it. And as soon as he threw it, all the other monkeys also started throwing it. And then he collected all the monkeys, went to the market, and then you know, he got all the money and he came back. But what is the lessons we learned from this story? It is just a nice kid story that we tell our children. But is there a lesson that we can learn from this? Okay, okay. The situation is same, but three persons, they responded in a different way. Huh? Yes. Okay. Or let's say, one time there were two brothers, and one brother was really completely a drunkard, right? And then one of his friend asked, "Oh, my dear friend, why you are so much intoxicated, right? All the time." And then this boy said, what else you can expect? From my childhood, I'm seeing my father who is always intoxicated. And then he might have heard he had another brother. And this person went to the another brother and asked, oh, how come you are completely teetotal? Like, you don't even touch any intoxicants. How it is that? Huh? And then he said, what else you can expect? I see from my childhood, my father is always intoxicated. What do you really learn? Yeah, the same situation, same circumstances, but different learnings. Why it happens so? Do you see that? Or let's say, there's a very nice story of of a Socrates. How many of you have heard of Socrates, Greek philosopher? Socrates. So one time he was there at home. He had called some of his friends, and then he was discussing some very nice philosophical aspects. But then his wife, had of different nature. Uh, so always, quarrelsome and thinking differently and negatively. And then as soon as he started discussing with his friends, his wife started chastising, oh, you are good for nothing. You always sit together with your friends and you discuss some nonsense things. Who will take care of this? Who will take care of that? And of course, Socrates, he was completely oblivious to whatever was coming. But then he saw that his friends are getting agitated. Then he told his friends, now let's go to the nearby park. Maybe that's a good place to discuss. Then as soon as he was taking his friends, then he realized that his wife had gone to the first floor and he was really pouring a bucket of water on Socrates. And all his friends, they could notice that, what was really happening. And Socrates, right, in a very steady way, he just replied, yeah, you saw that? How a while back it was thundering, now it is raining. Right? And in another instance, uh, let's say, in somebody, some of you are sitting in a board meeting room. The manager is there, the employees are there, and somehow one of the project that was going to be live, uh, and but somehow uh, it went live, and the customer gave a really long, feedback, and after that the manager, started blasting all the members, right? You are good for nothing. You just delivered a crappy solution, and guys, you will be fired if you don't deliver, and all of that, right? And as soon as the manager started speaking, all the members, they started shivering, what's going to be the next plan, right? Or in another instance, right, the same situation happens, right? You get the same kind of feedback, and what kind of a situation that might happen, right? You come across, or like, another situation could be as you are driving on the street, right? And you have to catch a, let's say, flight, and then you are already late, and then you are driving rash, and you're kind of hitting here and there, and you're trying to just reach, but somehow you missed your flight. And the another time, yes, you saw that, oh, last time I missed the flight, then you are this time ensuring that, right, okay, uh, i will uh, uh, I will go now, but will ensure that I have sufficient buffer. I will take the uh, uh, vehicle, and I'll obey the traffic rules, and I will take the right, map, right way, and then I really reach on time, right? So we have the same objective, still maybe the same traffic, but then the way you plan, way we go ahead about it, is completely different. Why some people, they always are in a hurry? Why some people, they were always, very happy? Why some people, they are always, very, hazy and lazy? Or maybe sometimes the same person in a different place, he behaves differently. Or maybe the same person behaves differently in different times. The same person, early in the morning you behave differently, in the night you behave differently. Why it happens? Sorry, what is that guna? What is that? What is that? Main element. Okay. Anybody else? It's because of the vasanas. Yeah. Because the conditioning, like sometimes, like in your YouTube, all right? You keep on watching certain kind of videos. It will pop up, right? It will recommend, the same kind of a trend of videos. If you are used to watch some, kind of movies, then it will kind of pop you, recommend you same kind of trend of movies, right? Because Hare Krishna. Because based on your historical consumption, it will kind of give you a certain, it will recommend a certain attribute, right? Based on your attributes of consumption, it will give you like that. Similarly, right, like in our mind also, right, there are kind of certain traits that have been there for a long period of time, right? And as soon as we, right, pour some water, right, wherever it has been already dug, it is already will flow in that direction. So settled, like, we discussed this past time also. Two friends would be passing through, right, one place, and somehow they found there is a bar nearby, right? One friend, like he would be really, so much of dragged, to go to that bar. Another person would be completely oblivious to it. Okay, this is okay. There are so many places that are there, and bar is also one of the place. But the other person, would be completely, helpless. No, no, whatever happens, I need to go there. Why it is so? Because he has been really conditioned, right? But then, like, somebody might say that, okay, is this nature, whatever he has acquired over a period of time, can it be changed? Is it possible? Yes. There is a nature that we have acquired, right? But then we have also nurtured, right, with our interactions. Everybody has been given a choice as well, right? At every point of time, everybody is given a choice. That okay, what can I do at this point of time, right? Yeah. What can I really do something good for myself, right? It's not that like if something has really happened to me now, it's not that I cannot change my future. Still I can nurture my interactions, right? So that's what we'll discuss about today. That this what are those three, like some of you talked about these three gunas or these three ropes or three invisible ropes that really bind us. It's called goodness, passion and ignorance. And how they bind us, how we are really dragged into a certain direction, and how we can visualize, we can characterize, right? That okay, if you are going in this direction means let's put in this framework, this is the in the mode of ignorance, this is the input we are getting, and then don't be surprised, we'll be getting that kind of an output, right? And then if you are getting an input in the mode of passion, don't be surprised, you will get an output in the mode of passion, garbage in garbage out, good in good out, right? So now let's try to understand what are those three attributes are there, right? And you will find it so practical, we can use it in everybody's life, right? And in everyday life, right? Whether it is our material life, spiritual life, right, family life, corporate life, social life, whatever we do, we can really implement this principle. Okay, so now let's start that how it is visible in animals, right? Now let me ask you, you see first is what animal? Camel, then a tiger, right? Let's then a cow. What do you think, who belongs to which mode? Camel is in which mode? Tamas. And tiger? Rajas. And cow? Why? We should understand why also. Okay. Okay, what, like especially the camel, the property of a camel, what it does, it's a laziness. And the second characteristic is that like it lives in desert, right? When it lives in desert, like the only food that they have is this thorny trees, cactus trees, and they eat this cactus trees, right, which is full of thorny. And when they eat, what they feel, that the blood comes out of their tongue, and they feel that, oh, it is so tasty, they don't realize that whatever the tasty they are feeling is their own blood. You're getting my point? So they are getting tormented, and at the same time they are trying to be happy in that tormenting situation. And as some of you said, they are so lazy in their lifestyle. And how about tiger? Rajas, right? It's a my way or highway, right? You don't find tigers hunting in pack, right? They don't go together. You'll always find tiger that are going alone, right? They are so independent in the nature, right? They are so ferocious. There's so much of passion that they have, so much of energy they have, right? And then how about cows? It's such a beautiful, gentle animal, who takes grass and gives milk. Is there any animal like this? If not even human being can do it. Of course, human being also, we take so many other foods and we give, mothers give the milk for the children. But you see how mother is so beautiful, right? And gives so many things for us. That's why he's considered the mother of everybody, isn't it? Right? So now let's see. Now different part of the day, right? Morning, right? Afternoon, and in the night. What do you consider? Morning is what? Sattva. And daytime? Rajaguna. And then tamas. So why people don't have party early in the morning? Have you seen, guys? Right? Why they really, once you, I hope you might not have gone, but if you have at least seen some movies or something like that, why in the bars they keep the light as dark as possible? Why? They want to keep you in the darkness. Or why in the movies they keep you in darkness? Because they want you to completely in ignorance. Can you watch the movie with complete light? No. First they will keep you in the mode of ignorance, then they will show you what they want to show. Right? Why the spiritualists, right? They wake up early in the morning. Why the successful people, they wake up early in the morning and they do yoga, meditation, and so many other things? Why? Or we see during the daytime, everybody is in a mad rush, right? As the day progresses, or in a very in a naive way, you will see that which time Bangalore has the maximum traffic and which time Bangalore has the least traffic. Early in the morning, no traffic, right? But you see, as the day progresses, right, in the evening and so on, how it really becomes so chaos, right? It is the same with our body and mind as well, right? How our body early in the morning, it's so fresh, so energetic, right? But as you really progress in the night, right, you cannot do the creative activities late in the night, right? You cannot do, right, the spiritual activities late in the night, like especially yoga, meditation, you cannot do very late in the night. Yes, you can do it, but the best productive things, right, it's not possible late in the night. Now let's see, you see now three groups of students, okay, who are in the bottom, right, of this slide. What do you think they are? you know whole night, watching movies or playing with friends, especially in the hostel, or maybe playing cards or games, right? Or chatting with friends, and then once you have a class early in the morning, then you go, somehow wake up, right, late, and then you, I see some smiles from some. Right? And then you go late, right? Somehow or other you grab something, some breakfast, right, from the hostel or from mama, and then you, right, go to the school, and the school bus, you miss the school bus, and then somehow you force the parents to drop them, and then as soon as the class started, you start drowsing, right? Or there are some students, right, as soon as the exam starts, they will have so many things to do. They will do sports, they will do singing, they will do this and that, and once the exam dates get announced, that's why they start the preparation. They study till late nights, and somehow they really have that competition. Okay, how will I really get the maximum marks by hook or crook? I'll ensure that I get the best of the marks, right? And then these are the other third category of students who are steady in their studies and who always submit their assignments on time, who submit their projects on time, and who are consistent, who are punctual in their classes, because they ensure their body is healthy, their mind is healthy, they are very attentive in the classes. Do we see that this kind of behavior at each sphere of life, right? Now let's go back to office. What do you think? I would like to hear, especially who are in the mode of ignorance, what are the characteristics in the office? Anybody? What are the characteristics in the office? Anybody would like to say? Sorry? Fighting and shouting. Yes, these are the characteristics that in the mode of passion, right? And the mode of ignorance, let whatever happen, right? I will not learn, I will not upgrade, I will not work on any deliverables, right? They were always last, uh, in their submission of their project deliverables. They don't come to the office on time. They say that, oh, I work from home, and they're not available anytime. Do we see that? Right? But who are in the mode of goodness? Any characteristics? Yes? Sorry? They help each other. What else? They believe in the team spirit. Very good. What else? What else? Work effectively and efficiently. Effectively means they do the right work, And not only they do the right work, they do also the work, in a properly, right, in a more efficient way, in a productive way. Yes, very good. Huh? So yes, we see that all across. Or at home, coming to the family level, right? You see, what do you really learn? What are the families in the mode of ignorance they do? Yes, right. Yes, especially in the mode of ignorance, they always, right, at dinner table they fight, right? If they meet in the dinner table, right? Or spouses, they are always, fighting who is right, who will do what, right? And all the kids, they are busy in their own worlds, right? Sleeping and playing video games and engaging in the social media, right? And the mode of passion, right? Once again, yes, mother and father are busy in their office work and their household work, and kids, they are busy in their playing activities. Insta, right? Or to see what is the match happening in Zambia, right? To get the update that how, but then you see that how practical it is that we can really apply it in our own life. So first, let's understand what are in the mode of ignorance. Aprakasa abrutischa pramada moho evacha tamasi etani jayante bibrudhe kurunandana. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, O son of Kuru, darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion. What are the characteristics? Darkness, inertia, madness, and illusion. Right? Pramada. They're really mad. Why they are mad? Right? Because they are always, living in an intoxicated life. Right? Especially the people, either they are intoxicating or smoking or gambling or indulging in extramarital affairs. You see that they're spending so much of time. They were spending so much of energy there, so much money there. At the same time, they are suffering so much. Right? Their health gets for a toss. Right? If you smoke, if you drink, if you eat, so many, non like speakable even things, right, then your health gets deteriorated, and then you feel so morose, and after that you have to visit a doctor, then you have to pay so much of money, then you have to take so much of injection or do surgery and do and this and that, right? Not only that, after you go to the doctor, take all the medicines and you pay so much money, and still it will take its own time to recover. Right? You see that how people know this, like in the cigarette box it is written smoking is injurious to health, smoking can kill you, smoking can cause cancer, but still it is written that you will suffer, but still people take it. That's called the madness. People know that how all this this whatever our acharyas are saying, right, how they are really bad for us, but still they are dragged, knowing that they are a problem, knowing that alcohol is bad, knowing that smoking is bad, knowing that we should not be barbaric in killing other animals, but still they do it for their taste buds, right? This is the madness, right? And they are in so much of illusion, they feel that, oh, it feels good, it tastes good, let me do it, just do it. This is the people, they are in the mode of ignorance, right? And what are the other characteristics? Ayukta prakruta stabdha satha naiskrutika alasa visadi dirgha sutricha karta tamasa uchyate. Ayukta, they are not connected to the Lord, they are not connected with the scriptures, right? And satha, they are having a cheating propensity. Stabdha, they are obstinate, just completely also dull, right? And alasa, they are lazy, and they are always look forward to opportunity to insult, right, or we call it troll each other, right, in the social media. Right? And another quality of these people is that they procrastinate. They'll, whatever you want to ask them to do, they'll say, no sir, I'll do it tomorrow. Is there any day called tomorrow? The tomorrow never comes, right? But whatever you ask, whatever you tell them to do it, they will say, no sir, I'll do it tomorrow. No papa, I'll do it tomorrow. No, I'll do it tomorrow. This Dirgha Sutri, Dirgha. So they just procrastinate again and again. These are the people who are in the mode of passion, who are in the mode of ignorance. Sorry. Okay. And then, one more characteristics. It says, Yad agre chanu bandhecha sukham mohanam atmanam nidra alasya pramado uttham tattama samudham brutam. Like, so in these people, they are completely blind to the self-realization. They don't understand, that yes, that we are the soul, not this body. There is a life after death. Oh, there is the Supreme Lord. They don't have any knowledge about the self-realization. They are completely blind to it, and they are, always, in delusion, right? And in the beginning, at the end also. And these are the primary characteristics. What is that? Nidra, alasya, pramada. Nidra. Whenever they want to get time, just sleep. Like 10 hours, 12 hours, right? Or alasya, so lazy, they don't want to do anything, right? This is the qualities of a person who are in the mode of tamas. So can somebody repeat? What are the qualities of what are the qualities of people who are in the mode of ignorance? Yes? Nidra, alasya, laziness, illusion, yes? Inertia, yes? Procrastination, yes? Madness, pramada, anger, yes, yes, darkness, insulting others, right? Okay. So once again, my dear friends, right? So this is whatever we are discussing right now. It's not to judge others, right? Once our spouse or boss starts yelling at us, we should not tell them, oh, you're in the mode of ignorance. these are the checklist for us, okay? So that how we can test ourselves which mode we are in, not to judge others, okay? First, the charity should begin at home, okay? Okay, so now let's discuss, who are in the mode of passion. Lobha prabhuti arambha karmanam asama spruha rajasi etani jayante bibrudhe bharatarsabha. So here Lord Krishna is saying to Arjuna, O chief of the Bharatas, when there is an increase in the mode of passion, the symptoms of great attachment, fruitive activity, intense endeavor, and uncontrollable desire and hankering develop. What are the qualities here? They had so huge dreams. I want to be the CEO in next 3 years. I want to have, like, a big palace, by taking a loan of, maybe 5 crores. I want to have so much of huge desires. I want to have the beautiful spouse, right? And to get that beautiful spouse, I have to, get so much of opulence, right? So that I can really, get that beautiful wife, right? To get so much of opulence, I have to work not only 8 hours, but 12 hours, right? And not only I have to work, but then I have to lose my health, in that process. And then Ragi karma phala prepsu lubdha himsatmaka suchi harso sokanvita karta rajasa parikirtita. The worker who is attached to work and the fruit of work, desiring to enjoy these fruits, and who is greedy, always envious, impure, and moved by joy and sorrow, is said to be in the mode of passion. These people, they always look for the result, right? By hook or crook, I need to be there. I need to, get the highest bonus. By hook or crook, I need to get the big perks, right? By hook or crook, my child has to be the topper in the class, or by hook or crook, I want more and more and more, right? You remember that monkey story, right? Even if, right, you don't have the digestive capacity, but you want to have more and more and more, right? And always worried about the prestige, always worried about their status, always worried that how many likes you get in your link, in your Twitter post, right? You always want to take the selfie, right? Wherever you want to go. Right, that you want to show that, okay, see, how flamboyant life I am living, right? And What is that? And especially these are the people Visaya Indriya Samyoga Yattad Agre Amrutapamam Pariname Visam Eva Tatsukham Rajasam Smritam. And whatever the activities they do, what happens in that activities? They get some nectar maybe in the beginning, but at the end they get poison. Just like maybe you want to eat some spicy and some spicy food, fast food, right? And then after that, what happens next day morning, right? So for the time being, it might taste so good, right? Or for the child, you know, for the time being, they want to play, they want to do some activity which really feels good, which really tastes good, right? But they don't, think about the future, which becomes poison at the end, right? Which most of these passionate activities, which becomes nectar, but the mode of ignorance, they are poison in the beginning and also in the end. But in the mode of passion, they are little bit, you get some nectar in the beginning, but at the end, this is poison. So now, what about the mode of goodness? सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यात् विवृद्धं सत्वम iti uta. So here, what is the characteristics of who are in the mode of goodness? They are in knowledge. What does it mean? Right? We understand that our Acharya is saying that we have Navadwaras, we have 9 gates in our body. And if you have a city, right, or in this house also, let's say, right, if we are prone to the dacoits and thieves, we'll ensure that all our gates, we light them properly, so that we know that who is coming, who is going. We are very careful. But if it is dark, the thieves will enter, right, without knowing. They find it easier to come when it is dark, isn't it? But when it is light, they will be very afraid. And especially knowing that the people who are in the mode of goodness, they keep all the dwaras in the body enlightened. Enlightened with knowledge. So here, what are the gates are there? These 2 eyes, 2 ears, this nose, mouth, right? All these things, they enlighten them. What does it mean? Right? Some, through these eyes, good things comes and bad thing comes. And then they enlighten with that knowledge at this point of time. Should I, is it worth seeing or it is not worth seeing? It is worth hearing or not worth hearing? It is worth speaking or it's not worth speaking? It is right to smell this or it is not right to smell this? So all our gates are properly illuminated. What happens? Prakasa upajayate. They are illuminated with knowledge. So you know what is right and what is wrong. Is it clear? And how they are enlightened? With knowledge. Jnanam yada tada vidya. So with vidya, with knowledge, they are illuminated. And that's why it is said, right? Krishna Surya Sama Maya Hai Andhakar. Jahan Krishna Taha Nahi Maya Radhikar. Krishna is like a sun and Maya is like a darkness. Whenever there is a Krishna, there is no place for any darkness. There is no place for ignorance. Whatever is all happening, it's all because of ignorance, right? If you see, ignorance plus money is corruption. Ignorance plus politics, right? It dictatorship. Ignorance plus freedom, anarchy. Ignorance plus religion, terrorism, right? What is the common equation? Everything? Ignorance. Because of the ignorance, whatever we see, it's all going into the hell. Right? So there is no problem with the religion. There is no problem with the money. There is no problem, right, with the politics. Right? The problem is with ignorance. So the same thing, when it is enlightened with knowledge, with jnana, that becomes in the mode of goodness. And not only that is beneficial to us, it becomes beneficial to everybody. Are we clear so far? This is very, very important for us to realize that no object is good or bad. It's really up to you. How do you really use them? There's no situation or circumstances are bad. It's up to your consciousness. How do you really perceive them? How do you respond them? Are we aligned so far? Okay. So what are Other characteristics of who are in the mode of goodness. Mukta Sangha Anaham Vadi Dhruti Utsaha Samanvita Siddhi Asidhya Nirvikara Karta Satvika Uchyate. Mukta Sangha. They are, completely free of attachment, right? They are anahambadi. Aham means always keeping myself in the center. Wherever they go, they keep themselves, right, in the center, right? But anahambadi, as you said, they are not keeping themselves in the center. They keep team in the center. They keep family in the center. They keep Krishna in the center. That we call anahambadi. Dhruti, they are determined. Yes, I want to maybe study this book, right? Maybe in this month, they will do it. Oh, I will get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock. They get up, right? Or that enthusiasm, right? Their enthusiasm is also not that, I feel good today, I will maybe, go 5 kilometers of jogging. And if I don't feel, I'll just sleep till 9 o'clock, right? Their enthusiasm is not like intermittent. They have a consistent enthusiasm. They use their enthusiasm, by putting that endeavor with intelligence. And then they are also equanimous, right? Whether it's a success or failure. Siddhi, asiddhi, samabhutva. Yes, if it is, because most of the people, what happens? If there is a success, who was the cause of success? It's me. And when it is failure, somebody else, right? Either it's a claim game or blame game, right? Claim. When it is success, yes. That's why we don't have callers, by the way. Right? And it's a claim game, right? We want to claim that yes, I am the one who did it. But somehow it failed. No, it's not me. That person. That situation. That was the reason of the problem, right? But a devotee feels that, right? Yes, I'm just an instrument, right? At the same time, yes, if something happens for good, then he realizes that there are so many other instruments, there are so many other members involved in the success of that one. And something fail happened, yes, there is a lot of room for improvement for myself. I need to work on it. Right? So they really kind of become equanimous, either in the success or failure. Right? These are the people who are called Karta Satvika Uchyate. Okay? And here in the mode of goodness, the characteristics of an activity is that, yes, in the beginning, it might look like a poison, but at the end, it's a nectar. Waking up in the morning, is it easy? No, it's not easy. It's a poison. But at the end, you will get nectar. Right? Working hard for a project to get it delivered, is it easy? No, it looks like a poison. But at the end, you learn some new technology, you work on a challenging project, you get some new friends, right? You get nectar at the end, right? So what it says, yatat agre visam eva pariname amruta pamam tat sukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. That which is beginning may be just like a poison, but at the end, it's just like nectar. And which awakens one to self-realization is said to be in the mode of happiness. Is said to be in the happiness in the mode of goodness. Are we clear so far? Okay, let's revise. Please tell me the characteristics of the mode of passion. False ego, yes. Initially nectar, then the poison, yes. Attachment, yes. What else? Desires. My way or highway. Independence. Greedy. Uncontrolled desires. Always focus on me. Yes. You talked about laziness is a characteristic of tamas. Yes. And now tell me, what are the characteristics of mode of ignorance or tamas? These people or these families or these students, right? What do? They are lazy. What else? They are illusion, madness, darkness, Anger, okay, and inertia, yeah, they just continue in that same flow. Procrastination, they always postpone their decisions and their discussions, everything. Yes? Yeah. Alasya, pramada, sleepiness, laziness, right? Okay, and what are the qualities of in the mode of goodness? Determination, equanimity, knowledge, discipline, not attachment to the success or failure. What else? Anything else? Enthusiasm, uh, enlightenment, right? Steadiness, self-realization. Now all of you are spiritual scientists. Yes, it is very important for us, all of us, to realize that. Right? Once we become aware of it, right, then we can act on it. Right? It's important for us to analyze that what are the kind of an input coming, because all of you are computer programmers or maybe somewhere related. No, we are very careful what kind of an input we are giving, because the kind of input we get, right, we kind of get similar kind of an output, right? So now we know that, okay, what are the characteristics of who are in the mode of ignorance, passion, and goodness. Okay, now, so we know that how, like especially this who are in the mode of dependent, like as a student, what they do? They always depend on others' assignment. All right? Or at home, right? You always depend on, like, okay, the other members, to cook it or to kind of, open the door, right? Or you at the office, you depend on others to complete their project on your behalf, right? Or the independent, as you said, yes, let me do it, what others do, you clap. Right? Or the who are in the mode of goodness, they work together and they complement each other, right? They see that, like you always give this example, usually, right, in the villages they use the leaf plates, right? How you use this leaf plate? They see that, okay, there is a hole in this leaf, there is another hole in this leaf, they would put in such a way that, right, it's really completely okay, right? On one leaf there's a hole, you cannot use it, another leaf you cannot use it, but they put it together. Similarly, at a family also we realize that husband having certain characteristics and he lacks something, and the wife has certain characteristics and she lacks something, but once we come together we can really bring synergy at home, right? And that's what we can realize, what is our each other's potency. So anyway, right, all of us, we see that how all of us are governed by these three ropes, these invisible ropes. Now we are able to see the ropes, how we are being controlled, right? And it's not that, right, this mode of passion and ignorance is bad, right? We need a mode of ignorance so that we can have a nice sleep. We need the mode of passion so that we can do our work properly, enthusiastically, right? Right? And at the same time, right, we should have a foundation in the mode of goodness. Are we clear? Because once we are on the mode of goodness, we are able to think, right, in an appropriate way, in a calm and composed way, what is right and wrong, because we are illuminating all our senses with the right discrimination, what is right and wrong. Otherwise we just flow, right, with that condition. Okay, so and it's not that we always behave in a certain mode all the time, right? It all depends on the mixture, just like the paints, right? It's all the paints, all the colors, they all come from three primary colors: yellow, red, and blue. Similarly, whatever we see in this world or whatever we have, they are also this mixture of all these three modes. Like in a rope, right? They put three ropes and they twist it together, and all the three ropes once again they twist, once again three ropes they twist. So similarly, the three colors also, they put it in different conditions, different permutation and combination, right? And they bring out different colors, right? The diverse colors, right? Or like the three colors, if you put independently, they will not bring so much of emotions. But once an artist comes into picture and he puts the colors in a different way, in a certain pattern, they bring so much of emotions. Right? Similarly, the Lord, right, and his representatives, they create all these three modes in a certain way, and it creates, right, different unique living entities with a different modes of nature, right? And always, right, there is a race of prominence, right? We always give this example, right? That in our heart we have two dogs. What are the two dogs? One good dog, another is a bad dog. And which one wins? Which one wins? The one we feed the most. The one that we feed the most. If we feed our bad dog, go, 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 go. And if we feed the, at that time, the good dog, what happens? Oh, 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 oh. Right? You know, this bad dog kind of subdues the good dog. But if we continuously feed our good dog with good thoughts, good association, right, the good dog becomes stronger and the good dog subdues the bad dog. Right? So similarly, these three modes also, they always fight. There is always so much of politics happening, right, within our mind, right? All these modes, they try to be supremacy of each other. That's what Lord Krishna is saying. Rajas tamascha vibhuya sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvam tamascheva tamas sattvam rajas tatha. Sometimes tamas becomes stronger, sometimes rajas becomes stronger, sometimes sattvas become stronger, depending on how we really feed them. So how do you really get a prominence of let's say in the mode of goodness? How do you get it? How do you get it? Right? All of us at least now agree that we have to elevate our mode from the mode of ignorance to the mode of passion, from the mode of passion to the mode of goodness. But how do you get it? How do you get it? Any thoughts? Satsang, okay. Holy name, yes. Japa, okay. Proper food, proper association. What is a good name? Vaishnavi, yes. This is what Lord Krishna is saying. What is he saying? Very beautiful verse. Please remember these three words. Karanam guna sangasya. Please repeat. This is our due to association with material nature. Right? Jaisa sang, vaisa rang. The way we associate, we reciprocate accordingly. It's very, very important for all of us. And it is really, we'll see that how it is applicable in all the way. Let's start with this beautiful thing. Jaisa arna, vaisa man. Can we repeat again? Jaisa arna, vaisa man. Okay. So now, if we really eat this kind of food, which is there in the bottom, what the kind of food is there? Junk food. Junk. Right? What can we really expect? And if we eat food which are really pungent, dry, and spicy, right? What we can get? And the food which are in the mode of goodness. But is it that you have just put it like that, or is it something base into it? Right? My dear friends, it's not by chance I have put them, right? It is as per the instruction of Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He has given specific instruction. What are the kind of the quality of food that we eat? How we can recognize them? You want to know them? Yes. Okay. Lord is saying, Yata yamam gata rasam puti paryusam cha yat uchistam api chamedhyam bhojanam tamasa priyam. Who are in the mode of ignorance? What kind of food they eat? Food prepared by more than 3 hours before being eaten. We keep the the frozen foods, right? Frozen items for years, or sometimes we keep that idli we prepare. What do you call? Batters, right? And now vendors are there. You get the packed ones, right? Or even the cooked food. Right, not only about the ingredients, about the food also, which is really prepared, the pizzas and so many other things that is frozen for so many days and sometimes weeks and years, right? Even some meat products, right? And the food which is really tasteless, right? Or like you ask anybody, right? Right, the drink, right? People get intoxicated, right? It's a long back, right? Like in 2001. That was my first company. I was working in Finland, And I was thinking that, oh, buddy, right, you are staying in this beautiful place which is so cold. How can you survive? If you don't drink the vodka. What is there in vodka? I said, no, no, it tastes so good. But then I said, why cough, and why you get irritated? Why you can kind of get so lazy? Why after you drink it? He said, no, no, no. Especially here in this place, you get something special. You get chocolate, flavored one. I said, why you had chocolate? Because it is so tasteless. Right? Or I was staying in Germany also for a long time. Right? And they have a big festival called, some of you might have heard, Oktoberfest. Right? And they drink liters and liters, and they really get so much of intoxicated and mad. You cannot really believe what kind of things they say, what kind of things they do. Right? Most uncivilized way they kind of act there. Right? And and do you know what exactly they are? This is the kind of different like fruit juices which is really rotten for days and weeks and months. Right? 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 Which are really decomposed and putrid. Right? And then this is the quality who are in the mode of ignorance. Uchistam, right? They take the remnants of each other. Chamedhyam, which is untouchable. Right? Like one time one of our devotee, right? Even right, especially myself also had gone to Singapore some time back, and seeing that on that first drive, right? They kind of keep these untouchable things, right? Like frog legs and snake. You cannot even think of those items. It's not even right to speak. Some maggots, some ants fry, and what kind of a thing the people eat. Whatever is walking, catch them and they will eat them. Right? Really untouchable, unspeakable things. Right? The way they eat it, and these are people in the mode of still not sure. I guess. Yeah, I think some of you are still having some test towards them. These are in the food in the mode of ignorance, in tamas. Yes. And now, Katu Amla Lavanati Usna Tikshna Ruksavadina Ahara Rajasya Ishta Dukkha Soka Maya Prada. These are the food which will really give distress, misery, and disease, which are in the mode of passion. What are their characteristics? Anybody can tell? Katu, they are bitter, and sour, amla, right? Lavanadi, too salty, like all the fried foods, French fries, and I don't know what are they all, right? The hot, pungent, tikshana, right? Ruksavadina, right? And these are all rajasya food. Anybody can give some examples which are in the mode of passion? Yes? Too shy to talk about them. Chips, yes, very good. Manchurian, okay. Fried, yes, all the fried items. Yes, yes, like, yes, you can take in a moderate quantity. Right? It's not that they are bad, but if you just take too much of fried items, if you take too much of chocolate, you take too much of the chips, too much of cold drinks, right? Are they really good for us? Are they really good for our health? They are not. We can see the effect in the short term, either next day, or maybe next week, or next month, or maybe next year, or maybe next decade. Sometimes, we take them right in these 20s and 30s, and we get that effects only in 40s and 50s. Right? Right? So, are we aligned? What kind of food we should eat? And then, which are the food in the mode of goodness? Which are the food which will increases our ayu? Which are the food which will give us strength? Which are the foods which will give happiness? Which are the food which will give you satisfaction? Right? Ayu sattva bala ragya sukha priti vivardhana rasya snigdha sthira hrudya ahara satvika priya. See how beautiful Lord Krishna has given this manual of our life. That what kind of food we can take and how we can become peaceful, happiness, and satisfied in our own life. And we don't take that, and we wonder why I am so miserable, why I'm ruining my health. Oh, why Lord is giving so much of misery to me? It's not that Lord has given a misery to me. I am creating misery for myself because I'm not following the manual what He has given. Isn't it? Right? Lord has told us that these are the foods. If you take it, it will increase your bala, arogyas, bala. And we don't take it, and then we say that, oh, why I'm ruining my health. So can somebody give example? Of which are the food in the mode of goodness? Dal rice, okay. Vegetables, fruits, khichdi, yes. Yes, fresh, juicy food, right? The vegetables, the fruits, right? The colorful food, right? The colorful vegetables, If we ask our Dhir Krishna Prabhu, he's an expert, he can tell us that how different seasons we should take different fruits. We should take the different seasonal fruits. It has a kind of adds different nutrients, different vitamins to our body, right? But because most of the times, especially we are habituating our kids, only with a certain, whitish items only, right? Always just rice only chapati, that's also not good. We should bring different colors of fruits, different colors of vegetables into our own body, because they are giving different, nutrients into our body. Okay, so that's all about food. Let's proceed further. This is very interesting. We are what we study. Please repeat. Okay? Are we aligned? Yes, there are so many books are there. It's really up to us. What kind of a book we choose. What kind of social media sites that we browse. Right? The internet is there. Internet is there. To watch so many nonsense things. Right? Internet is there also to study. To illuminate with some knowledge, right? And we see that how all the people, they are ruining their life by studying, right? Something, by watching something, right? That is really ruining them, right? Either as a student or as a professional, right? Or right in a family, right? How it is so important for us to also be vigilant, to be diligent in what we study. Okay, so now let's move forward a little faster. We are what we hear. Yes. How it is? This is also, once again, my friend, these are all signs. Okay, this Bhagavad Gita also doesn't talk about something that was told by Krishna 5,000 years back and it's not valid anymore. Right? Recently, there was this Japanese scientist called Masaru Emoto. He has written this book also, The Hidden Messages in Water. So what he did an experiment in a reservoir, and he put different kinds of sounds into the water. Right? What kind of sounds? Hip hop sounds, the rock and roll, and this classic Mozart kind of music. And they realized that what kind of the crystal formations that is formed in the water. Right? You see that once the water is really bombarded with this rock and roll and the hard rock, this kind of music, right? This is what you get it, right? This is the kind of the pictures I took it, right? And then once, right, the water is really bombarded, right, or given with the sweet classical music, right? What kind of different classical music, what kind of different formations form in the water? Isn't it so wonderful? Right? And then same thing we realize it ourselves. Our body is more than 70% of water, isn't it? And now the more we give positive sound vibration to ourselves, the body becomes more positive. And the more we associate with people who give always negative messages, always bombard ourselves with the news, breaking news, right? What happened in somewhere, someplace for someone, right? Something happened, and then we are just glued into it. How does it really matter to you? How does it really matter? Right? So that's why Lord Krishna has given a very beautiful, way that how we can control ourselves, what we should speak and what we should hear. Right? How we should associate ourselves with the positive sound vibration, with the transcendental sound vibration. Right? It's a very beautiful verse from Bhagavad Gita 17.15. Please repeat after me. Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitam chayat swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. So the austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others. These are the four attributes we should see, right? And these are the characteristics, right, of a speech that is really in the mode of goodness, right? Once again, the same, I think, Socrates example, like, one time one of his friend came and he said, "Oh, dear friend, I want to say something to you." And the Socrates asked, and the first thing he asked, "Can you tell me, is it truthful?" And the person said, "I don't know." Right? Then I'm asking the second question, "Can you tell me, is it pleasing to hear for me or for everybody?" "I don't know that." And then he asked third question, "Is it beneficial to you and me or to others?" "I don't know that." "Then please don't speak about it." Right? This is the question we should ask ourselves. The kind of things, right, that we hear some scandal happened, something, there's some, something happened somewhere, right? Some chit chat, some gossiping, some criticizing, some complaining, right? How, like, nowadays, right? It becomes so, this politics becomes shameless, right? People have become heartless, all discussions have become useless. Right? But at the same time, how we can, Lord has given this tongue, Lord has given these ears, and how we can use it positively, for the service of the Lord, for the service of the others. That we should really look about it. Not that, we should speak something which is really, just spreading, like, the bad news. The bad news spreads faster, because they will say that, "Oh, don't tell others. This is what I'm telling you only." But that really spreads faster. Right? And all kind of nonsense things that keep on happening. And there's another one, right? Of course, there are so many characteristics. We'll just, speak one or two more, right? We are what we give. Okay, recently, one of my friend, he did a big feast, and he was saying that, "Oh, do you know that I had organized a party where, all kinds of drinks were available, and how much meat items, they can take it, I was offering them. You see, how wonderful it was," things like that. And there were some people, they say that, "Oh, I had gone with my vehicle when it was completely, too hot summer, right? I went with a can of water into the nearby slum. I donated the can of water, and I ensured that I took a selfie and I posted in my, Facebook and LinkedIn." Right? They want to showcase themselves that, "Oh, you did kind of, I did some charity." Right? So, or, "Oh, do you know that I went to Tirupati Balaji and I kind of, offered a coconut so that next time I'll get a promotion with a kind of, 3-digit figure, 3-digit promotion." Right? Or the kind of, people, they do charity. Even once you give the charity in the right hand, the left hand doesn't know what exactly you are doing. Right? With no expectation in the return. It's just a matter of duty, as a matter of gratitude. You are offering that charity. We're understanding how the charity also has to be done. The charity, especially in this month, we do Shastra Dan, we do the Gyan Dan, we do Bhagavad Gita Dan. I was just speaking to our Vishwajit Prabhu. He was saying that he was just speaking to his friends, and requesting everybody, "Why don't you, donate a Bhagavad Gita?" Right? This is the month of Bhagavad Gita. In this month, Lord has spoken Bhagavad Gita to, Arjuna, and we really go out, to as many people as possible, to as many ways, as possible, to distribute this Bhagavad Gita. Right? That's the kind of the highest charity, the highest gift that we can offer it to anybody. Even our Modi ji also said the same thing, right? There is no better gift that we can give it to others, or there is no better gift that we can receive from others. What is that? Bhagavad Gita. Yes, I would request everybody, all of you, right, to take this opportunity, right? Just take this Bhagavad Gita and to distribute it, right? A lot of people, as a New Year gift, they give it to so many people. You can also take it and you can give Bhagavad Gita, because we see that how it is so beneficial, how it is so practical, how these are the vital principles that we can apply into our life. You can give this Bhagavad Gita. This is not some, it's only applied to only Hindus, only applied to only certain class of people, certain status of people. No, it's applicable to everybody. Lord doesn't say that, it's applicable to somebody. Right? So, like how the devotees, they really go out during this month. Of course, they do it every, all the time, right? But especially this month, right? They really stretch a lot, and you can really also join. And you can also take this Bhagavad Gita 5, 10, 20, 100. And some of the time we go to the different schools, we distribute freely. we kind of take this Bhagavad Gita, we give it to the near and dear ones, or to the security guards, or to the maids, or like whoever is favorable, right? We can really give it to them, right? Let's do something, right, for others, and not only always thinking about ourselves, right? Yes, this is the different ways, we can really extend ourselves, right, in giving it to others, not really always keeping ourselves in the center, right? So yes, this is the different charity that once again Lord speaks about in Bhagavad Gita. This charity which are in the mode of ignorance, which is given at impure place, improper time, to unworthy persons, or the charity which is given expecting something in return, with some desire, with some grudging mood, right? These are in the mode of passion. And the charity in the mode of goodness is given out of duty, with no expectations in the return, and with the proper time, to the proper place, and to the proper worthy persons. Not that, okay, I give charity, right, who is really drunkard, I give 100 rupees, oh, I'm so charitable person. No. How he is using that 100 rupees that he took it from you, right? So, are we clear? Okay. So now let's change the gear, and I want to show you a video. You can hear? Just a second. We talked about the different times of the day. Can you just check the sound for me? The sound coming? Sound is there for you? Sound is there. Hare Krishna. Can you just increase the volume to try it? Sorry. Just a second.
Maximum potential when it doesn't. Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What?
Okay, so maybe I'll send you this video. Maybe it's not working, but the message is that why do the success people, they wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock, right? So very scientifically, it talks about that hmm, how there are certain waves that comes up in the brain that really gets activated really early in the morning, right? As we see, the waves, they throw out all the impurities from the ocean early in the morning. Similarly, our mind is a very fertile early in the morning to practice, right, something which are like meditation, to study something very positive, right? And that's the reason, right, this subconscious mind gets activated, it's really becomes receptive to hear very positive things. This is the time for profound learning, right? So that we can become more attentive, we can become more focused, we can become more mindful, right? And but as we grow later in the day, right, how it becomes so restless, so fickle, right? And that's the reason, like, whether you talk about the Tim Cook, who's the CEO of Apple, or right, these so many other successful billionaires, right? They say that why they really woke up early in the morning, and they use their time for meditation, they use their time, right, away from the social media. Nothing will go right, nothing will happen if you don't check your social media or mails early in the morning, right? And if you want to wake up early in the morning, what do you have to do? You have to sleep early. Is it possible that you can wake up early by sleeping at 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock? It's not possible, right? And there is also some research that has been done. if you sleep 10 to 4, right, and it becomes more productive, that 6 hours, then you sleep from 12 to 6, right? And if you sleep early, right, like 10 o'clock, let's say, 1 hour sleep is maybe equal to 2 hours of sleep later, right? So that's why it is better that you sleep early. It's not easy, right? Currently, if you are habituated to sleep, let's say 12 o'clock, maybe we can get into 11 o'clock, right? If it is 11 o'clock, maybe we get into 10:30. If it is 10:30 to 10 o'clock, drastically, we might not be able to reduce it. But first thing starts how we can sleep early, and then consciously you try to wake up early in the morning. Yes, there are so many scientific reasons are there. How the body, how the biological clock reacts and responds to our body. So yes, nowadays people, they walk late, they walk for US shift, right? If it is really required, we can stretch once in a while, but it should not be that always, all the time, right? We are working in odd working hours. That really ruins our health in a long run. Okay, are we clear? Any questions here? Because this is very important. How to wake up early in the morning? First of all, why to wake up early in the morning? What is a sufficient reason, right, to wake up in the morning, right? And then, how to wake up early in the morning. Are we clear? All, huh? All of us are now done to wake up early in the morning? Huh? Okay, yes. So now let's try to wrap up. So what Lord is saying, that these bodies that all of us get, these are like different clothes that is given to a people who are in a jail. Okay, what does it mean? You remember we talked about that this world is just like a jail. This place we have come here for rectification, for correction, right? Because we are rebellious towards the Lord. Lord has sent it to this place so that it can become corrected, right? And here in this place, that's why it is called Durg, right? And then the superintendent of Durg is Durga, right? And this Durga, she has the Trisul, and she gives with the threefold miseries: Adhyatmik, Adidevik, and Adibhautik. The different classes that we get, that is really given by Mother Durga, so that we get sufficiently punished, and we realize that I will not come back to this material world to enjoy myself, not for enjoy Madi. I have to go back to the spiritual world, to the abode of the Lord, right, where I can serve the Lord. I have to change my operating system from the enjoyment mentality to the serving mentality. That is the purpose of this material world. And in this material world, yes, as you go to the jail, what happens? You are put into the jail and you change the dress, right? Of course, I hope that nobody has gone to the jail. But they give different kinds of dress to different kind of people, right? First class sales, second class sales, third class sales, right? Like, if some big celebrity, them also given a TV, some newspapers and nice food. At a second class, you stay in a dormitory, with all the other prisoners and other kind of, severe kind of, criminals. They are confined to a dark place. They are worked so hard, right? To break the stones and things like that, right? So similarly, right, all of us come, right? We are given different kinds of body. We are given different kinds of, this, bodies for different kind of offenses that we have committed. And then not only that, we are also caught with different chains. Somebody is with iron chain, somebody is with a silver chain, somebody is with a gold chain. Which chain you would like to prefer? Right? So, because sometimes people say that, isn't it good enough that we just, be in the mode of goodness? Is mode of goodness good enough? Are you getting my question? We understood that there are three modes: mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and the mode of goodness. So is it good enough now that we realize that we need to reach a mode of goodness? Is it good enough to reach the mode of goodness?
No, we have to act also.
Yes, we act and we come to the mode of goodness. Is it good enough? Why? Okay, why? Anybody else? Yes, it's binding. At the same time, as long as we are bound by these three modes are nothing but like iron chain, silver chain, and gold chain. As long as you are bound by even the mode of goodness, you have to come to this material world. And this material world, these are the five things that happens. It's called pavarga. This material world is called pavarga. Pavarga means what? Like in Hindi we see ka varga, cha varga, like that, right? It's pavarga. Pa means pa, pha, ba, bha, ma. This material world is pavarga. Pa means here, whoever we are, even if we get a billionaire body, we have to do parisram. And once you do parisram, you get fena. You have to take out your sweat and blood. And then you will be really attached with so many bandhans. Whatever you do, nobody will be happy. Right? That's why when a company is called limited, Siemens Limited, Infosys Limited, even if you work 80 hours, your boss or your founder will say you have to work for 90 hours. Right? Right? Because that is limited. You cannot give it unlimited happiness. Right? You will be always in bondage. Right? And then still, after working so much, there will be fear. There will be bhaya. Oh, when I'll get fired. Oh, when there will be recession. Oh, when there will be, my some government will come up with some principle, some law that I'll be thrown out. And at the end, nobody can escape out of ma. What is ma? Mrityu. Can anybody get out of this? This pa, pha, ba, bha, ma? Nobody. Right? As long as we are in the three modes, we have to go through this. But what our Acharya is saying, we have to break free of these three bonds. We have to break free of this pavarga. We have to go to the apavarga. So, but now the important question is how to go to the apavarga, how to reach that apavarga, how to break free of the bonds. My dear friends, is it possible? How? How to break all these bonds? Yes, Lord is saying that, be ready to be bound by Krishna. That is the bond which will really release you from all the bonds. Are you ready? Still, some are not sure. Lord is saying, yes, to Indra Gopam Athavendra Sakama Bandhanurupam Bhajam Amanoti. Right? Right? Karmani Nirdahati Kintucha Bhakti Bhajam. Whatever the modes of we are, but once you take this process of bhakti, once you take this process of devotional service, all the other bondages, they get detached. This is a very beautiful verse from this 14th chapter. Please repeat after me. Mam chaya vicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatiyaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So Lord Krishna is saying that, yes, you can transcend these three modes of nature. You can go out of these three modes of nature to the mode of pure goodness. By how? By engaging in pure devotional service. Right? And then Lord is saying also, please repeat, this is another beautiful verse. Devi esa gunamai mama maya duratyaya mam evaya prapadyante mayam etam tarantite. Yes, Lord is saying it is very difficult to overcome these three modes. But who have surrendered unto me, they can overcome it. How? One of our, Goswami, he was really giving a very nice example. He was saying that one time he was going, door to door. And then, especially he found out, right, his friend's house, and he was going inside and he found out there was a dog inside that house. And this dog started barking, whoa, 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 whoa. And then somehow, he didn't know what to do if you want to go inside and want to meet the friend. And the dog is there, will bite at any time. And then what he realized, then, okay, let me call my friend who is the owner of that house. As soon as the owner came, and then what the dog did, dog just followed the owner, right? And not only, right, the owner opened the door, owner called him, to the home, and the dog not only, forgot the barking, but also he came and offered the obeisances to the guests. Why? Because the dog realized that this person is a friend of my owner. Right? So similarly, once the Maya Devi, Durga, realizes that, oh, this is a devotee of my Lord, just let me leave him. Let me leave her. Ah, right? So we know now how to come out of these three modes. Huh? Yes. So, okay, this is a very beautiful uh, framework that I will just share it, for all of you. Uh, so whenever there is a problem, right, how do you respond to that problem, right? Because most of the times, whenever there is a problem, especially who are in the mode of ignorance, they get despair, they get into depression, and they kind of think that, right, they overestimate the capacity of the enemy, like during the virus time, COVID-19 time. They said, oh, this COVID-19 is so dangerous, nobody can escape out of it. They go into depression. They really, with that depression, they really leave their body. And some people, they just ignore, oh, there is no COVID-19, there is no problem, everything is goody goody, or it's a hoax, this and that. They overestimate their capacity. They become overconfident. But there are some people, they do the needful. They accurately estimate, oh, there's a COVID here, we need to be careful, we need to wear mask, we need to, take care of the right medicines. If it happens, how do you, take care of the infections and so on, right? And there are other kinds of people who not only do the needful, but also they use their body, mind, and intelligence not only to help them, but also to help others, and at the same time they connect the people, to the Lord, right? So as you can realize, these are the kind of, four types of people that we talked about: mode of ignorance, mode of passion, mode of goodness, and the people who are in the mode of goodness. So what we should avoid? The mode of ignorance or the mode of passion, right? And just not that, okay, we kind of think that the enemy is the highest or I am the best, but really do the needful and engaging all the time our body and mind and intelligence, to understand the enemy's capacity and to really deal with it, and also depend on the Lord. Are we clear? So how, this really helps, this framework really helps in really assessing, right? Whenever you come across a problem as a project at home, or a problem at a family, or a personal problem, right? Like it can be really applied anywhere, as you can see, right? How we can really elevate our modes and we can really deal with it appropriately. Any questions? So now I will ask you to do a homework. Now, pair with each other, right? Maybe with your nearest friend, and do a quick exercise. How we can really bring these saintly qualities, right, at home, to ourselves. How we can really apply these saintly qualities within ourselves. These are the four, parameters. These are very practical that we can apply, whether it's in our sleeping, in our diet, in our cleanliness, and also in our spiritual sadhana, right? And each has a four characteristics. Let's say we talk about sleep. Are you resting the body at a regular time, right? Every day 10 o'clock. And are you going to early to bed, rising early? Are you giving the body enough rest, and not too less, not too much? If you take too much, then it becomes lazy. If you take too less, also it becomes crazy, right? So it has to be regulated, right? And also you sleep on the preferably on the left, right? So the digestion happens appropriately. And the diet also, you should eat at a proper time, not that you eat it before sleeping. You eat balanced food, fresh vegetarian way, and also not only vegetarian, but also you offer it to the Lord, and then you take it as a prasad. And preferably home cooked food. We understood that whatever is really cooked outside, how much, not only the ingredients are not good, but also the consciousness with which they are prepared, they are also not right. So preferably, as much as possible, right, we should eat home cooked food, right? And there should be incorporated fasting days, right, within ourselves, to give a break. And for your information, next weekend we'll be talking a very interesting topic: why we should fast and how we can feast on fasting. So feasting on fasting, we'll be discussing on this very interesting topic. Basically, on 23rd of this month, we have Vaikuntha Ekadasi. Just to prepare ourselves for Vaikuntha Ekadasi, we'll have a special session next Sunday. That's called Ekadasi, feasting on fasting. Okay, that we'll discuss a little more in detail. And then we'll talk about cleanliness, external cleanliness, internal cleanliness, how we can clean our habits, how we can clean our consciousness, right? How we can avoid all the gossip, criticism, complaining, and all that, right? How we can wear clean clothes, how we can really have the positive mental contemplations, right? And then finally about spiritual sadhana, how we should do mantra meditation every day, how we should hear the positive scriptures as a daily practice, right? And we should do it with full attention, with full focus, no multitasking at that point of time. Just be present, and all has to be done early in the morning, that we heard today, right? And have a dedicated time, couple of hours per day or at least per a week, to come together to immerse ourselves in a deeper way, or couple of days in a month or couple of weeks in a year, right? So we go, especially in yatras, right, to a nearby place, that we forget everything and we just engage ourselves in the Lord's service. Now I request all of you, just discuss amongst yourself, right, how you can bring some positivity, right, within yourself, how you can elevate your modes of goodness, discussing on these 4 topics, what you are going to implement it in your own life, how you are going to bring the regulation in your life, how you are going to bring, how you are going to elevate your modes in your life, in your sleeping, diet, and our cleanliness, and your spiritual sadhana. Please take a couple of minutes. Yes, you can start. Just 2 or 3 members, you can just be together and you can discuss amongst yourself. Please share, because once we open our heart, once you share with somebody, then it becomes more stronger. We assimilate it further. Yes, please. Yes, yes, please go ahead. Don't hesitate. I know you may be new to each other, but still you can open your heart. They will not reveal your secrets to anybody else. Yes, it can be 2 or 3 together as you like. Yes, what are the principles you are going to apply? So focus on these 4 pillars, focus on these 4 aspects. Yes, okay. इसको रेगुलरली जो होता है या उनके या वो भी दे दीजिए जस्ट लाइक Okay, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. So once again to summarize, how we can elevate ourselves into the pure goodness or transcendental goodness, which will really break us free from all the bonds. There's the 5 A, B, C, D, E. What is that? A for association of the devotees, like-minded people. B, spiritual books, right? Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and all the books that is written by our acharyas, to help us elevate, right? And then chanting of the holy names of the Lord. And then the diet is prasadam, and the environment we create, we keep the Lord in the center, we serve the deity, we keep everything clean externally and internally. This is the way that we can really elevate ourselves. So we'll discuss more in detail about each of them in our subsequent sessions. But for today, yes, this Krishna consciousness is not the part of our life, it is the way of our life. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare. Any questions or comments from anyone? Otherwise, you can just open your Google form. You have already received a quiz for today. Please answer them in a couple of minutes. Please, otherwise you scan it. This QR code, you please scan it and you will find a Google form and please submit your Google form. I would request everyone, yes, I would request all of you to please scan this QR code, or you have already received a link. You might have already received a link, or if you are part of already the group, our WhatsApp group, we have already sent the link to you. You can just click that link. Okay, I would request everybody please respond and please share your realizations. Okay. I hope all of you are in the our WhatsApp group. If you are not there in our WhatsApp group, please do join our WhatsApp group because we send all the important communication there. And in our WhatsApp group, this Google form link is already there. Please click this QR code and please, I would request everybody to share what you learned today. Please share your learning. Please update. So we learned that we should be enthusiastic, we should be determined, we should use our brain, we should use our speech and ear to learn the scriptures. Yes, we learned it today, and now we should share it. There are only 8 MCQs are there. Okay. Please take a couple of minutes to answer them. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.